looked like fun. And I'm sorry if I get any of my snorts or sniffles on here. I live in Central Texas, in Austin, Texas, and the allergies just suck. This is an interesting. Yeah, heading over to, I'm in Mooney 1158 November, heading over to the T-hangers.
All right, come on in.
Pretty fun. Yeah. But we're just going to taxi around here. And we're just going to stay, we're not going to stay in the pattern today, but we're just going to stay local because, as I mentioned when I was on the bike, I don't know if I'll grab that audio or not, but today is my birthday. And I usually come out when the weather's nice and do a flight like this, just go. I don't fly as much just to come out and fly in circles and stuff as much as I used to many years ago when I was learning how to fly. And it's expensive now. The gas is expensive, everything's expensive, but it's expensive just to come out here and bebop around. But it's just kind of a tradition, so I'll probably just go out a little bit to the east of the airport here. I'm at Austin Executive Airport. We're going to call the ground controller here at the airport and get clearance just so we can taxi out onto the runways and the taxiways. And we're going to go do a quick run up, just kind of test all the systems, test the engine and stuff. Executive ground, Mooney 1158 November is at the FBO, taxi for departure 13. We're just going to go out to the east a little bit with Lima.
Mooney 1158 November, executive ground when we went to taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha, 58 November.
Skyhawk 3 Echoes here, make right traffic, Port Midfield.
All right, so we've got permission to go taxi on this Alpha taxiway here. And then what we have to do is, you know, this is a piston-powered airplane. So it's interesting, right? Maybe I'll show a picture or something of what these airplane engines look like, but they're like old air-cooled Porsche engines. And the cylinders are very, very similar to the cylinders that we have in our Harley motorcycles, in like a V-twin or Milwaukee 8, you know, kind of a motorcycle. And so they're air-cooled and, you know, all that fun stuff. And this happens to be a 6-cylinder, 305 horsepower turbocharged engine, courtesy of Rocket Engineering. So this is a Mooney M20K kilo kind of body or frame, and then it's a 1982 airplane, and then I think about 4 or 5 years after it came off the line, the owner sent it up to this place called Rocket Engineering, and everything firewall forward, they basically replaced the engine and all that fun stuff, put a bigger engine in it, more horsepower. So this is called the Rocket, and it is one of the fastest
aircraft information Mike not current, altimeter 3005.
One of the fastest single engine piston airplanes. Certainly when it came out, it was. Let's listen to Mike real quick.
12, visibly 9 miles, sky conditions clear, temperature 21, dew point 10, altimeter 3005. RNAV approaches in use, landing on 913. Advisories, contact ground control 5 for clearances. VFR departures by directional flight, initial contact. Aircraft inbound from south to west, encourage contact offset approach on 1190.0 for traffic. Use caution for birds, wildlife, while the city airport. Advise initial contact information, Mike.
Alright, so just
information, Mike, weather as of 19000, wind 190 at 12, visibly 9 miles, sky conditions clear.
Alright, so 1-2, so wind's blowing pretty good today, and I was feeling that. I can see the windsock. I know you can't see it over here, but it's basically a good crosswind, so we'll get some good crosswind practice today. One thing's really important when you're flying an airplane is checklists. So I've been flying this airplane long enough now where I have like a flow. So, you know, before we take off, all that kind of stuff, I have like a flow check, but then you always kind of back it up with your checklists here. So we'll do that. Let's see.
Sky Hawk Circuit Sierra, New 13, clear, touch and go.
Transponder we got. That there, we got electric trim is ready to go. We got our strobe light on. Guy. Alright, so now we're going to do a quick run up here. What we're basically doing here is running the engine up. About 1800 RPM. And then we're going to test our ignition system, our electrical system, basically. So an airplane engine. Got magnetos that are redundant. You got 2 spark plugs in every cylinder. And you got 2 magnetos. So if you lose ship's power, if the battery dies, alternator dies, the engine's not going to stop running. Let's see here. Alright, so controls free and correct. We got like the speed brakes here. Look good. Unsator panel test. We got trim ready for takeoff. Clear for takeoff. We got temp in the right spots here. We got plenty of gas. Good. Sure we're on the right tank there. Alright, we got a Skyhawk in the pattern here, so we'll switch over this. We're on the ground frequency now. We'll switch over to the tower frequency, and then we will make sure nobody's coming here, and then we'll go ahead and taxi up. We'll get it lined up here. There's a line, you probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a line here that we can't cross until we have permission from the tower. And I'm going to see if I can get Executive Tower, Mooney 115 in reverse, ready for departure 13.
Mooney 1158 November, Executive Tower, proceed on course for Mooney 13, clear for takeoff. Traffic in your upwind's going to be a Skyhawk turning right.
All right, we'll be heading out to the east. Clear for takeoff 135 in November. Okay. We got flaps, we're good to go. We're clear for takeoff. Like somebody was turning there. Final, but it looks clear. And here we go. We got a crosswind, so we're gonna turn our ailerons into the crosswind, get our foot off the brake. And once we get enough, we're gonna have enough to fly here. We'll start our turn out to the east. Absolutely beautiful day.
Mooney 58 November, free exchange approved, have a safe flight, happy holidays.
Yeah, back at you. We're going to stay with you. We're just going to come out here, toodle around for a little bit, and come right back.
Sounds good.
I've been flying started in 2012, I think. I actually started a long time ago. I started when I was in the Navy. Not as a pilot, I was enlisted. And I just happened to be at a school doing some technical training in Millington, Tennessee, Naval Air Station Memphis, just north of Memphis, Tennessee. And I was out on the tarmac one day, and I saw all these little Cessnas and stuff over there, and I've been into aviation for a while, and walked over there, and sure enough, it was a flying school. And so I got far enough where I did a solo. I think I probably had, maybe 20 or something hours by the time I left over there. Try to pull the power back a little bit more here and slow it down, and then got transferred, then finished that school and got transferred out somewhere else, got transferred out to California, Miramar. And out there, it was Fighter Town, USA, so there was no Cessnas, none of that stuff, nobody flying around doing that stuff. So I fell off for a long time, and then I decided I was going to try it again, and then my wife got pregnant, and she wasn't a big fan of that during that time, so I stopped again. So I started to stop quite a few times, and about 2012 I picked it back up again. I kind of made this deal with myself, like, if you're going to do it by the time you're 40. And airport is that right there. Oh, that's Taylor over there. Oh, that's that Samsung plant they're building. See if I can get my other camera out here. I don't know if that's going to come in or not. We'll maybe try to zoom it. That's that big Samsung plant being built out here. Taylor, Texas over there. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of how that whole thing went down, and I've just loved it. I flew a Cherokee for many years, and then bought this. I own this with a few other dudes, with 3 other guys, and bought into this like 3 years ago, something like that. And it's been super fun. This is a fast airplane. It's really easy to fly. I got my instrument rating, not in this airplane, but I got it so that I could fly this airplane. Because it's really, it's not an airplane you want to be flying around without having an instrument rating. It flies high, it flies fast. I think the ceiling on this is way higher than I would fly it, but at least 24,000 feet, maybe 26, 28,000 feet. Turn the autopilot on here and do an altitude, and then we'll just do this. Let the autopilot fly me for a second. Over Taylor, Texas. Check out this Samsung plan here. Get my camera out here maybe again, show you guys again, but anyway, so this is the Mooney Rocket, and I appreciate you guys, if you've hung out this far, I appreciate you guys watching these videos and stuff. I just kind of do it for fun. It's mostly for me, because I love going back and looking at progress that I made or things that I've done, and I especially love it when I do it or share it with my kids or my friends or something like that. So I hope to get in some pretty cool riding adventures, and certainly, you know, plan on sharing some flying adventures as well too on the channel. But I don't sort of anticipate myself to be some kind of prolific video poster or anything like that. All right, so let's go back. Just decided that instead of going and doing all that stuff, we'll just go. This will be a good kind of just intro for everybody. But I got a busy day today. Got a bunch of people coming over to my house this evening, and so I have a house full here.